Hello, how's Mr. S?
Well,
What, can you hear me okay?
how are you, Mr. D?
Uh,
Oh,
uh,
yes, I can, yeah. Can you?
Mondays, what can you say? Trying, trying to get another little bit done on this car, which is taking forever, as always, with all my builds. So, and guess who donated to the build? She has been used at last for part of this.
All right.
So, uh,
You've given up on her as being Christine then?
well, no, I'm not saying I won't go back there, but you can't even see the engine anyhow in the kit when it's built. So I've used the engine out of Christine for the Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
So because I searched and searched online to try and get a cheap dragster, something with an engine in it, and they're all crazy prices in the UK.
Yeah.
25, £30, and I wasn't paying that for what effectively is a scratch build. So I've been
No,
slowly progressing. I was doing things like hold on again. Well, I mean, it's the engines and it's not fantastic, but it does the part. So what I've done is I'm going to add on pieces going from the engine around the back to power the weapon system, which I'm also working on, the flamethrower type thing. So I'm
all right.
reusing the Volkswagen Beetle engine to try to create something that will go in the back of the Volkswagen. And it's only got one seat for obvious reasons.
Uh-huh.
To the wrong person. Then the transmission, because it's a front engine, and obviously the Beetle had a rear engine, I have to fit the transmission, and I'd love to go internal. So because I'm sort of driving the back wheels, so I'm going to sort of put it through that way and join it up internally to the front of the engine. So that at least looks practical. It may not be elegant, but at least it looks practical. But
All right.
we're getting there. Still not happy with the big wheels for the back, but don't know. I'll decide.
Mm.
Slow progress, usual story. Randall, what about yourself?
Uh, I'm in the middle of trying to mix up an oil wash for the Mosquito, which for me is the scariest part of it.
Right.
Is obviously I don't want to make I want to make a mess, but I don't want to make a mess. If you know what I mean, like I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I know I haven't tried oils at all yet for that purpose, but it's something I'll have to look at probably in the future sometime.
Yeah.
It can end up not a disaster, but it can end up. Well, I know the one time I tried oils was on that one of the figure when I was trying to do the figure, and it just wouldn't dry for me. The stuff was just taking forever, so I gave up on it. I know the theory is you put it on top of some kitchen roll, dry it out, and then you use the oils that way. But then you're presumably maybe you're using oils that are already diluted or something, are you?
No, just cheap stuff that I got, and I think it might have been Lidl.
The usual
Um,
this stuff that
yeah,
comes really generic, yeah.
that's it.
I know.
And it's not really. I'm not using it as a paint as such. I'm just using it as a wash or maybe a filter or something like that. I've already used them before on the tank model.
Which again, I meant to bring out. I got some new books. I meant to bring them out here tonight just to show anyone that was watching. But one of them is an aircraft modeling book. It's one of the Spanish ones, but it's the English edition, and it's crazy the amount of stuff in it, and it is all to do with washes and things like that.
Yeah,
Although,
that's the tank model I used. I used the
Sherman.
spot. Yeah, I put spots of different oil paints, yellows and greens and browns, and then used a dampened broad brush that were dampened with what do you call it? Oil paint thinners,
Yeah.
and then just dragged it down, and it sort of it dirties it, and it acts a bit like a filter as well. Breaks up the
When you say it,
monochrome finish. If you
Yeah. When you say oil thinners, are you using like turpentine or something, or?
Yeah, turpentine. That's I couldn't think of the name.
Hold on, bear with me a second. I'm just trying to join in, and
Hello.
Hey, up.
Hello, Randall. Liam then.
Liam left the call. I think it was when you were trying to get into it. Oh, here he comes.
Wayne tried to get in, and I clicked the wrong button, and hold on a second. Oh, it's him again. Ah, dear, dear. I don't know who it is now. Everyone's trying to go in. Hold on a second. I've already sent him a link. Why isn't he not seeing the link? Bear with me again. Hold on, Wayne. I'll get you in yet. Hi, Neil.
Yeah, you're right.
Try once more time. He was annoyed last week he didn't get in, so I'll try and make sure he's here now. Right, how's that now? We're still okay. Sorry, Wayne, you came in and I accepted you and took myself out of the broadcast, silly Billy that I am. So.
Oh no, it's just I press the cancel button instead of the proceed button.
Right.
But I've only got 6 minutes, so I've got to
get you're giving up your tea break for us. I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
What's the news? What are you up to?
I've just put my holiday request form in, so I should be going to Telford and the show at Bovington Tech Museum.
We don't want to hear that. We're not interested. We can't go, so we don't want to know.
Jamie's going.
Who's going?
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie Shenry. Yeah, oh, I know. And Randall and I would both love to go, but I don't know what Neil's plans are.
I might go. I'll see you near the time.
He means he will go. That's what he means. He doesn't mean he isn't saying he might go. He is going.
I just might be locally working that weekend.
Ah, right. Well, that's just happened to be in Manchester.
Yeah. I mean, it's still 2 hours drive away, but.
I wish I could happen to be working somewhere nearby as well. You do, right?
So,
I'm
going to stay with my sisters in Northampton.
How far away is that from?
About an hour 45 minutes.
That's ideal, yeah. No, it's the old story. I mean, I think Randall will more than likely agree. We would love to go, but it would only be worth going if we could go over in the car, because we'd want to buy everything. And then the problem with that being that the ferry costs are insane. We could fly over and do it cheaply that way, but then that defeats the whole purpose. We'd just be disgusted.
There'd be stuff we could buy there, but we would never be allowed on the plane. Certainly not in carry-on luggage.
Yes. Especially when we see something that they would have, I suppose. But
yeah, it's a shame you don't know anybody who can post stuff to you.
It's not that. It's the type of thing. If you go to one of these events, you don't know what you want until you're there, and then you see something.
And then you want everything.
Yes, that's the next problem. It's like I was watching a couple of videos from the Star Trek Las Vegas event that was on last week, and there was a surprising amount of models at it. Clear Enterprises and Enterprise Ds and things like this. You think you just can't get them here, but you can buy them no problem there.
Well, you know that Shelby Cobra I've been working on.
Yep.
Well, I may, if I get the entry form, I may put that in as a in the competition.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, I mean it's just.
Well, that's the worst thing they can do. Tell me I won't get a prize, but I may get a mention.
Yeah, I mean, and you can say you entered in a competition, which I would love to do. The APMS show in Ireland is on in September, and it's just really bad timing. I don't think I'll make that one either this time because I have something else the previous weekend and something the following weekend. And I think if I suggested going somewhere else, I would get. So, and presently, anyhow, it's unlikely. But that's the APMS. The APMS Ireland show is. It's just like the local club in Dublin, but they do a reasonable effort. It'd be about 5 or 6 dealers at the thing selling stuff, but it's the same problem. You see so much stuff that you want to buy. I don't know. And it's changed the venue this year. It's a larger venue as well.
Well, I'm off to Duxford again in September for the Battle of Britain anniversary show.
What weekend is that?
It's September 19th and the 20th of September.
That's the same weekend that the Dublin thing's on, yeah. So,
You'll be on at the weekend. You're the weekend after, aren't you?
the across the pond.
No, you're off to Cambridge, aren't you? The weekend after.
It's up in the air. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Plans change frequently. That's the problem. But we'll see. If it was that weekend, I would obviously be very happy. I could sort of delay the car halfway up the motorway.
I'll just say I may do a live broad hangout from Duxford.
If you look for an app called Periscope, there's an app for the phone called Periscope.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
You're breaking up. I think the internet signal's breaking up this end. So
I'll check next week. I'll tell you that there's an app you can get for the phone which you could use that will be better than using the phone. But I'll chat to you about that next week.
Yeah, I'll see if I've got Monday night off.
Okay.
I'm trying. There's a bank holiday floating around soon, so
right.
It's for England. So right, it's gone 9 o'clock. I have to go back to work.
Okay,
It's for Molkit Monday.
Don't be cheating anyone out of their tokens or whatever the payment method is over there.
What would I cheat people out of their money?
No, I'm only joking. Well, I hope not.
I know how I think it works. So, I'll see you later then, guys.
No problem at all, man. Look after yourself. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, it's nice of them to pop in for 5 minutes anyway. Do you think they'll make it to?
Yeah. I've got a poor internet connection again tonight, guys.
Well, it could be no worse than the rest of us.
Yeah, it seems to be very flaky this evening. So.
I'm off work tomorrow, Neil. So if you're trying to message me, I probably won't get it. Maybe Thursday I'll chat to you again.
Okay.
You've got lots going on at the minute, anyhow, I see.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put an email together because Sci-Fi Fantasy Modeler magazine is doing another issue, and he's asked me for an update. So I'm just a very long email at the moment. I'm trying to get the latest pictures from the guys on the ship, and that's going to come across tomorrow.
It's a pity they won't release those in a digital format, the magazine, because the price is just prohibitive. I don't know if anyone else finds that, but
yeah.
And apart from the price, it's getting a hold of the thing. It's impossible. I don't know anywhere around here that sells it. So
I buy direct, but it is what, 17 quid a copy or something. It's not cheap.
I was a subscriber back when it was the original version, and then I gave them all away. Foolish person that I was. I gave it to my friend in California, to Dragon. And I know he appreciated it, but I regret now ever doing it. But then, what can you do? These things happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm working up these at the moment.
The speeder bike's looking good.
Yeah. The 3D version, isn't it?
Sorry?
The 3D version.
Yeah, well, you put up the civilian one today, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah, the guys have found this website that allows us to kind of upload the models, and you can rotate them and zoom and everything. So.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's just fun. But I've been tweaking the artwork on these laser cut boards.
I think they're fantastic. I think that's a really good idea. I don't know how much response you've had with that.
I've had a fairly decent response actually, because I'm trying to make them generic for any sci-fi related kit. So
The baseboard, these are the new versions. I can't really see, the light's really bad in here. But there's a whole section in there that just attaches in. I don't think I've got it, but
I would even look to see. You may find there being interest in non-sci-fi modelers. I know you perhaps don't want to diversify that much, but I know that there definitely seems to be a need for backgrounds for AFE kits, tanks and things like that. People are always looking for them. So it's the fact, it's the same basic idea as my shelving or my the little. It's just basically just laser cut. Yeah, it's
MDF, yeah. And they're so cheap as well. I managed, because they've got a massive printer or a massive laser cutter.
Yeah.
I can get 4 sets out of the thing. I mean, it's still, because there's I think about 37 parts. There's still a fair amount of parts. Because I've layered them, but they're looking good. I've given it a coat of white tonight. So I gave it grey primer and white. This is kind of the second. This is Mark II, but some of the holes were misaligned, so I had to adjust the artwork. So Mark III is going to be the one that's the right one. No, it's looking good. So I'm going to paint this up and do some photography on it, and then hopefully drop on the console. So I've painted it with some white tonight. Went down to Halfords earlier and got some white can spray paint. So
it's probably
doing the wash.
It's probably quite absorbent.
It's not been too bad. I primed it first.
Right. No, but I know. Is it the same surface both sides? I know sometimes with that material, it can be a bit sort of, on one side can be glossy, the other side can be matte. So I mean, which side are they laser cutting? Are they putting the stuff on the shiny side?
I don't know really.
Yeah. I know with this stuff with the well, no, I'm just looking at these shells here now, but it just seems to be slightly rougher on one side than the other. It's basically a sort of a very thin MDF, isn't that what it is, or something similar?
It's 1.5 and 3 mil MDF.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's slightly rougher on the side. I must admit, she must have put it in the machine slightly. I don't know, really.
You can't hold it up there just to see it.
Well,
it would actually be very good for doing, the base for a Death Star type display as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to add more greeblies, different things on top of it. So I mean,
yeah, this is it. So you could mean I'm just shipping it with a few basic pipes and these things, which are 3 pieces, so they're all 1.5. I don't know if you can see the edge there.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get some detail. So there's a piece on the bottom and a piece on the top that are identical, and then a piece in the middle that's slightly bigger. There we are.
I honestly think that's the most genius idea you've had so far.
Oh, thanks very much, Liam.
I'm not doing a compliment. It's not an insult.
Come out as a compliment. I've only been doing it for so long, but
I really think that will be popular.
Yeah. Yeah, so they'll fit in like this.
Yeah. It's so simple, but this is such a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Of course, the proof of the pudding is in the selling or the sales, rather. With the No, I think that could be a real sliced bread moment.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm trying to position them in such a way that they're generic enough. But I'm going to do the next one's going to have a door and a window. So we're going to laser cut some acrylic,
Yeah.
and apparently they can engrave the acrylic as well. So I'm going to see what some samples of the acrylic can do.
It's I know with the clear acrylic, it's amazing when you just do it at the right level. You can do all those effects. Like I know Simon Merckx is using it's not acrylic, but that's that new material. He's getting it laser cut to show up on LED and so on. It's just amazing when you see the way it works. So it's I saw a thing this week. Someone was making their own 3D laser, or not 3D, their own laser engraver to do the same idea. It was using a 1 watt, which apparently is readily available. But what they had done, they had taken a 3D printer mechanism, but they're only using the 2 dimensions to do the laser cutting. But it was experimental stage. But it's one of those things. Again, I have a friend who's on about a CNC milling machine, some similar idea, but it's just the usual thing. If someone's doing the research and you put the time on, then good luck to them. I hope they get it.
Yeah. There's that bit in the center there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. So that'll, if you don't have a stasis pod, you can put that in there, and then just use it for any other generic scene.
Or turn it on its side and it's a door.
Sorry?
Turn it on its side and it's a door.
Something on its side and it's a door. I mean, what else am I trying to work on? As I say, I don't know if I can pull up the Photoshop file now. It needs a bit of work now because the alignment's off. And I've had.
We're losing you a bit.
So, am I still sharing my screen?
No, it's gone.
Okay.
Make
Okay. So, ignore the boards. So this is the window. This funny lozenge here. And then I've got a frame here. And then there's an inner frame.
We're not seeing any white screen for some reason. We can see the software, the menus and so on, but the screen's just white. We're not seeing any detail.
Okay.
We lost Randall. I don't know if it's because the lines are too thin, maybe to show up on Google. I don't know if that's.
I don't know.
This
Still presenting.
Max build, which I thought was going to be very quick, take far longer than I ever thought it would.
Yeah. Can you see that? Is that showing?
Again, we're just seeing the Adobe Illustrator window, but there's no details. It must be an effect. You can see your mouse moving about, strangely enough.
Weird.
What? Can you zoom in one level? Just want to see if maybe it's because of the size, the pixel density.
I'll just close down. I'm trying to reopen. It could be an Illustrator thing.
Yeah. Is it? For example, are you doing it in Illustrator in the 3D mode? Is that the way you do it? You get the 3 dimensions and then take it back to a flat.
No, I'm doing it in flat.
Right. Have you ever tried? There's an option in Illustrator as a Illustrator Creative Cloud. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Create what?
Illustrator Creative Cloud. That's the version you're using.
That's the version I'm using. Yeah.
I think there's a version of that where you take your flat objects and you obviously then put them in a perspective mode. So you may actually be able to take your 2-dimensional drawings and try them in 3-dimensional mode just to see how they fit. But we're still ending up with a
blank page. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and.
Adobe are huffing. That's what it is.
They don't like it, do they? Oh well.
But no, good luck with that one. I think really, I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but I think that's the one that could do really, really well.
Mm.
I don't. What do you think, Randall? I mean, can obviously it's not an aircraft thing, but can you see how it could be used?
I could definitely see the potential for Greeblies and everything else. It is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised it hasn't been.
I'm not saying it is the most brilliant idea. That was the whole concept in the first place. That's the brilliant idea.
Look, it's groveling now. Neil, look at this. I'm going to start.
The great thing is
I don't say bad things about you, Neil.
Not too much behind my back. I mean, the great thing is I can print a few out and see how they go. I don't have to have massive amount of stock. You know, I can print 4 at a time, so I can, you know, I'll just sell 4 at a time, and if somebody buys them, that's great, and I can go. It'll take me less than a week to print the rest. So.
How quick does it cut? Is it like, or is it, you know, is it like a James Bond Goldfinger moment, or is it more of a?
Yeah, I mean the machine does what is it, 900 by 600 mil. So yeah. It's a big machine, and you have to have special extractor fans and everything because it's quite dangerous.
Yeah.
But it is in the artwork, the closer the lines are together, the better, because basically then the laser doesn't have to skip. So if you have the laser going continuously in a line, that's better than it going dot 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 dot.
Yeah.
So they have to. You pay for the materials, but then there's the time of the processor. So what they do is they load your file in and tell you how long it's going to take and how much it's going to be.
Yeah.
So the original design had all these really. An engraving takes a lot longer. But the original design had all this really high detail, like stepper lines and, you know, lots of panels engraved in it and everything, and that was really, really kind of, it wasn't going to be cost effective.
What's a learning process, I suppose?
Yeah, so I pared back and pared back and pared back, and then what I'm doing now is I've got some dashed lines on the artwork where, you know, the next layer, it's a guide for the next layer.
Yeah.
So you know where piece A goes on, you know, on the base or whatever. And what I've been doing is removing some of the dashed lines because you don't need them. So, you know, just reducing down the number of dashed lines so it takes less time to print. And what I've done on the base is there is a vent.
Yeah.
Part C, where it's got a grid that's been dug out, and that's 2 layers. So I'm really sure I need to.
It's just such a genius idea. It hasn't been done before.
So I'll try and show you. Can't see it too much, but there's a layer.
I mean, I'm surprised on the thickness. I thought it would be much thinner than they actually are. It's actually, again, another advantage, I think.
Well, I can go thinner. Apparently, though, the thinner material is more expensive.
Strange.
Yeah, because it costs. It's a higher quality material.
What about cutting ABS plastic? You know, sheets. Will they do that?
It does acrylic, but it's not great because it melts a lot. So it has to be engraving and things.
I thought it might have been one of those like fast enough that it wouldn't have a.
Yeah.
You know, I think if Simon sees those, he'll be really excited.
Yeah, exactly. But the hardest one was getting the big pipe. So I've had to do some modifications to this board to get it working. And you know, I've added things like the logo, and I've added a bit of text in there now, which is engraved. So I'm going to use one of these pipes, and that fits in here. I can't really show you it too well. I have to hold it up.
Yeah.
And then it goes against the wall. But that was the difficult one because this thing is just so many different angles and so many different. You know, it's not 45 degrees.
Has there been a lot of interest in the piping?
Not as much as I'd like, but the reason why I'm doing this is the boards use pipes. So the pipes come in various molds, So when they've cast it up, I think there's mold A to F or something.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is each design, I'm using all of the pipes from the same mold. So if I have to go back to the caster and say, can you do me 10 more or 20 more or whatever, then he can just do one mold rather than mold A and B and F or whatever. So it will save me a lot of effort. So that's the plan. So yeah, if they do go successfully, but what I'm also going to do is on the new version, this section here, you can have open, and there's going to be three holes in there for some rubber piping. So the same tubing that I'm using on the stasis pod, I'm going to give extra piping, and then the wall panel that sits here, which is this one. More because I've modified this a bit. But there's going to be 3 holes just here. So basically the 3 pipes will come out of the wall and then go into the flooring.
Yeah.
If you want to have the panel open.
You wouldn't think, it's just you get an impression, you don't think you're doing too much in the sense of detail? You wouldn't leave that up to the modeler?
Well, I've got the piping. If you want to do it closed, you just put the thing closed, and then you've got 3 small holes in the wall that you can either fill or just leave as detail. So, I bought rolls of this piping stuff. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to cut the lengths out. So, that's not an issue. And I've got all the pipes, so even if I don't sell them, I can get rid of them on these.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do. I think they'll be an interesting them. Maybe I'm just overly enthusiastic here, but honestly, I just it's the first time I saw them, I just thought it was one of those light bulb moments.
So these were the original designs. So all of this detail here
It's all cut out because it's just too much.
Yeah, and then where's the hole? This bit.
Yeah.
Which is all in grey. And basically that just takes so long on the printer. However, if you look at these, the holes, the lines here, the engraving lines, are a lot thicker than this one. I don't know if I can get both together. I'm just trying to show the 2 lines here, really. If you look,
Right. So
similar detail, this one is a lot thicker on the lines, a lot deeper.
So is the thicker one the one you're going with?
That's right. At the moment, though, the artwork here that I'm prepping up is on the thinner lines.
Right. No, the thicker lines, they would lend themselves to far more painting effects and so on.
I was a little bit worried that if you prime them and then put additional colours on the top, and because of the material, I'm already noticing some of the paint going into the lines.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would expect that then to be, you would obviously either leave it like that and do some thing with what Randall was doing earlier on, some oil washes or something, or you could clean them out again with the correct tool. So it's not.
But it is, I was showing one earlier testing the first paint.
Like the stasis tube, everyone that built the stasis tube built it a different way, they painted it differently. You'll probably find exactly the same thing. You'll probably be amazed how many variations people will do on that thing.
Exactly. So I think the deeper lines look better for me.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the first ones and seeing how they do. Because what I'll probably do is I'll do them as an option for the shop as well. If you buy the pod, and then I might do a heavily discounted version of these just to get rid of a few, and see how they go. Or I'm thinking of contacting everyone who bought the pod in the past and just offering them a kind of initial discount.
Yeah.
If you wanted the base. What I've also done, you can't really see it well. On this one, it sits behind the pod. There's a little kind of hole just here.
Yeah.
and that's for the USB cable.
Right. So it's
Oh yeah.
it's
You build a USB cable. Paint still drawing. So the USB cable will go through the when you put the two halves together, you'd have to seal the USB cable in there.
Yeah.
But then you could take the lifter pod out and just plug it back in again, or have it permanently glued all in there. Hang on, somebody's wanting to blow it down. There must have been. I had to fill a hole, so I kind of stuck a greeble. I cheated. There's a greeble there. There was a big hole there, and then he needed to move the hole further over, so that's why it's looking a bit rough.
It's impressive stuff, but it's. I know you've thought up these ones. I'm sure people will come back with other suggestions. I think they would anyhow, but as long as no one steals the idea.
Well, people are doing it for Warhammer, and they're doing buildings and everything else. So, I don't think it's but, I've got like these, right? So, I've got the barrel.
Yeah.
And the crates and everything. So these will be additional things that you can kind of then put onto the board.
Has Martin Boyer? He hasn't expressed any interest in them, no.
He just wants all of my bits.
Yeah, he just wants bits.
He just wants to kit bash it. He's got pipes, and he's interested in some of the other bits and pieces. I bought some more. I bought some more resin the other day. I discovered why my resin wasn't working, Liam.
Wouldn't have been a operator error?
No, it was clear resin.
So what, different mix?
Clear resin is a really nasty, and you have to dig out it and get rid of the bubbles in order to cast clear parts.
Right, but I know with the stuff that I've been using for the com bags and so on, the way that it worked, because it was just a straight 50-50 mix, I never ever had bubbles, never.
But that's the problem. The clear stuff is a nightmare unless it's a professional thing.
Right.
So I bought standard smooth on. It's the same stuff that the caster guy recommended to me, so I bought some sample kits, and I'm going to try making a few things. Because Martin's always asking me for stuff, and it's like either I give him a whole kit and he moans about the price, or I strip all the bits out and then I've got the kit that I can't sell. So I'm gonna experiment with casting, and every time he rings me up and says, "Can I have some of these?" I go, "Yeah."
It must be fun to go around Tesco's or Sainsbury's with. They probably just see pots of whatever it may be, sauce or something. You probably sees, oh, that's a duct, or that's an exhaust nozzle, or that's so.
He told me the other day. He said people just send him stuff.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. I mean, any extruded object, any piece of ABS plastic, and if you do stand and look in places like supermarkets, so it's amazing how many shapes you see. Sorry, well, I could cut that off, and this would do that, and that's time which I haven't got.
Exactly. I will have the warship done with luck tomorrow.
Whoa, right.
So what the guys have been doing the last few days, and they've worked 6 hours over the weekend on it as well, is they've cut all the sections up now. And it's probably going to be only a few pieces. It's not actually as many parts as we first thought, because basically it's just like the wings and the engines at the back. I think there's like 4 or 5 bits for each engine, or no, 3 bits for each engine, I think it is. There's the wings of top and a bottom, and then the main unit is a top and a bottom, and then there's sections on the side. The hardest bit is trying to hide all the seam lines.
Mm. Yeah, that's good design. I mean, if you can do that, that's the beauty of it. That's where you see it with aircraft models now. Randall will probably agree. With the old days when you had a seam line right down the top of the aircraft, a lot of times now they'll do it in a different way. That Chinese company, the Hong Kong models one, when you see the way they do stuff,
Bang.
it's Meng's the same. They build things in a completely different way from the Airfix or the Revell kits, just to hide the lines.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Yeah, so I don't have any new pictures yet, but I've got to get them because I need to send them to the press. So, no, I think we're going to do a vehicle next.
oh, right, this will be the bike, perhaps.
No.
No, oh, wait.
Hang on a second, I'm just opening PowerPoint.
I think I asked you before, what size is the ship when it's as a model?
You did.
My memory isn't what it was. Sorry?
Which ship?
That ship that you just mentioned a minute ago.
300 and something millimeters.
Right, so it's just over a foot then. That's right, you did tell me, yes. That's pretty good. That's the sort of size that, yeah, that's... I know you said, like,
Yeah.
that Colonial 1 model, I think everyone thought that was going to be fantastic.
Well, so
I was disappointed in the size of it, you know, but it's a different ship. It doesn't work like that. There we go.
yeah. Can you see that?
Yep.
Good. That's just some mood board stuff that we've just.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a big truck, a big space truck.
Right.
These are the kind of concepts that we've been looking at. These are none of the guys' work. This is all stuff that's online, you know, and other people have done. But trying to look at, you know, big ships or big trucks now for on the surface.
I think, again, only an opinion. I think you have to be different. I wouldn't go for anything that's, what's the right way to put it? You know, like for example, on that screen, I'd have gone for, you know, the brown one at the top.
This one on the top left, or the one in the second?
Next one along, you know, that sort of thing. It's different.
Yeah.
But that's just an opinion.
Yeah.
And interesting stuff. Again, and you will go for something with wheels. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, we want to do something with wheels. We've got some cool designs of wheels. I wonder if I can pull up my drive.
Again, Randall pops out and he pops back in again.
Yeah. I'm afraid it's just one of those nights for me.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, anyway, I might have to go soon.
That's okay. My son missed your Spitfire. He was in Ballymoney on Saturday, but he missed the Spitfire.
Oh, right.
I told him about it. He wasn't in that area, so next time.
Might have been and missed it, but
No, well,
I had a good time.
yeah, that's a 1-to-1 model, Neil, that he carts about the place.
What's that?
It's a 1-to-1 model of a Spitfire that Randall transports about the place.
I'm in the Ulster Aviation Society. It's one of our more transportable exhibits. If I can just get
It's like a giant kit just of a Spitfire, isn't it?
You could say that, yeah.
But it's a bit more. Yeah, it's not.
Actually, it's one of those fiberglass that they make as gate guardians.
Right.
You know, gate guards. They used to use real Spitfires, but people were buying them and turning them back into flying ones.
Yeah, when you see the price they go for, who was it? Some American donated 2 recently. They bought at auction. Was it? I can't remember what the price was. Was it 3 million or it was something crazy? Or was it? No, it was more than that actually. Some American multi-millionaire has donated them to. It was Prince William accepted it or something recently. It was in the last Fly Past magazine, I think it was. And it was just again two Spitfires. But sorry, what are you showing? Oh, this is the picture. Yeah.
Yeah. if you can see it there, can you? Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm.
But just outside the church hall or something.
Yeah, I can just about see it.
Oh well, no, very good. It's I know it's, and I know you've been disappointed over there's no Wall Street Aviation Society thing this year again due to the political situation in Northern Ireland.
Yes, as usual.
Long story, Neil. I won't go into it now. Why they can't have their
Our so-called
Are you,
government.
have you started doing your big shift? How's your big boat coming on?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I haven't touched it since. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting literally half an hour at a time, and I get a little bit done, and a little bit done, and a little bit done. The ship's still here, but I haven't touched it since. Because I was way late. You can see a better idea of the size of it when I'm standing like this, I suppose. But you know, it's there, but I haven't touched it since because I just haven't had time. And I still have the Star Destroyer to work on. I am out of a lot of things. There's no shortage of models. Things I want to be doing, and just time. And the thing I notice is when I do have leave, when I have time off, I think, oh great, I'll get some modelling done. Nope, not going to happen. But
That's when the honey-do list appears.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, But I'm happy that this thing's coming on. I mean, I have the wheels adapted to fit, so that these are Land Rover wheels will be on the front, and then these are wheels which will go on the back. But I don't know if they're just too big. They looks okay when they're on, proportionately, but they're just a little bit big. And then I have all these barrels which Craig Kerr got me, so of all those to fit. So the idea is again, the barrels go at the front of the vehicle on the sides, you can see. And then the thing I don't have is I don't have the back detail at all. See, obviously these wheels here are quite different, and I don't have the rear shot of the vehicle, so I don't know what way the flamethrower works. But I'm coming up with ideas for it myself. That's why I'm saying I'm adapting this. This was the Volkswagen engine, but it will be an power unit for the flamethrower once I get it worked out what I'm going to do with it. And then the engine from Christine is now the engine in the vehicle, so I found use for something out of Christine.
I was going to say, yeah.
But it's slow. I mean, and it looks reasonable when you see it assembled. It's getting there. So these will have to be cut out and fitted here.
What are they?
That's the barrels. It's sort of it's supposed to be like it's like a compression system for the flamethrower. So they go in the doors and in the front of the vehicle, and in the back I'm going to have to have some kind of mechanism for the flamethrower itself. And this is just a piece of a tank on the back. It's just taking bits and pieces and assembling it. It's a lot more creative, I think, than building a kit. But you have to sort of try it. Does this work? Does that fit? Does this? And it's just a trial and error thing. Even the whole the way that the wheels and so on will go on, I had to change all of that because these are a different fitting size from the originals, and then this is obviously to take the larger wheels. So it's just it's a work in progress, but I'm enjoying it. But it's just I would like to have gotten further on with what I was doing and started on something else. But we'll get there. I mean, I don't know. You probably find being up in Manchester gives you a bit of time to get caught up and stuff too.
It does, although I spend more time sitting on my computer than I am modelling. Right.
Well, yeah. Well, you're producing a lot more than us. Put it that way.
No.
Yes.
You know, it's updating the website. It's doing all the photo. You know, Photoshop just takes so long as well. You know.
Rand, I have to ask you, Rand. What about the TOS? Is it sitting hiding in the corner? It's not going to get looked at again, is it? Or?
It's still on the shelf of doom, I'm afraid.
Don't be like that. No, you shouldn't.
But I'm hoping to get my Sci-Fi Mojo back shortly with this.
Oh, very good. TB1.
Yep, 144. Yep.
I'm going to say it's quite a large kit then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things. I'd love to do one of the big resin models of that, but again, it's not going to happen. But it's one of those.
That's the size of it.
I've lost your picture.
Wow.
Hold on, get you back on full screen. I'm not seeing you at the minute. Give it a second. Hopefully it'll refresh. Can we try again?
Yep.
No, that's better because you always show the thing up close to the camera and it's oh, look at the size of that, then realise it's not quite as big. That's a decent size, yeah. Where'd you find that one?
Sorry?
Where'd you find it?
I ordered it last year through Hobbylink Japan.
Right.
And it was put on back order. But,
Hey, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hey.
got it in the mail a couple of days ago.
It took that long?
Yeah.
Well, I took the picture from it here in the store in Japan to getting here, so I thought it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, they're a fantastic company to deal with. They seem to be very good about everything that they sell. It's like they had the 1/48 scale X-wing. I still wouldn't have minded getting one of those, but they've gone. They're out of stock. Well, so the other thing I wouldn't have minded seeing now was the hold on, this light's awfully bright. If you think, well, that's better probably. Then I can't see anything on my desk. It doesn't matter. The Interstellar ship. I'd love to get that. I love that ship.
Yeah.
I just see that. I see Lou's going to build another one. Lou Dalmasso. He did the painting masks for he did the prototype one for the Wonderfest, I think it was, and now he's got an archive himself to do a sort of a better job of it. I just think it's a cool ship. It just looked the part for the movie.
There's no windows. The windows are painted.
He got the power graphics set, so he's going to cut all the windows out. That's what he's planning to do. So that'll be a big project. And then his next project after that, he's doing the pod from 2001. He's just finished the Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do the pod, which I think is I can't remember what scale it is. It's quite large. It's a resin kit he's had for quite some time. Mr. Golightly, are we fully ensconced in our man cave then?
Look! I'm painted.
My God! That's a good sign. Yes, I know.
I've had to reassemble all the airbrushes and clean them, and
Oh yeah. Well, I assume you cleaned them before you put them away the last time.
I did. But I did.
There's always a paint maybe.
Give them a bit of a lube, you know.
That's nice. So, I assume you're not just spraying paint randomly. You're spraying paint at something.
No, I've got I was asked to build a base for somebody, and because I'm starting to do bases, so you can see it in the background.
Right. Oh, very nice. I don't. Did you see that? I don't know if you were watching earlier on when Neil was showing his new set of MDF walls and floor. No.
No, I've just got back from work about half hour ago.
Go on, show him, Neil. Show him if you can. Just very quick.
I don't know if you can see the quality because this is painted white at the moment, so you can't really. In fact, let me grab it. Yeah.
I like that.
This is the new range of sort of they go with the stasis kit, but I think it'll work for any kind of build. Where's the one you have, which is like the Death Star surface? That's the one.
Oh yeah, that's very sci-fi. I like that.
Yeah. So it's definitely looking the part.
Some pictures later.
Yeah.
Probably have somebody.
Do. Well, I will repost them and like them, whatever. So are you going to get stuck into a build soon yourself, Andy? You know, a personal build or?
Yeah, I'm going to finally attach the nacelles to the JJ.
Ooh, very good.
Because they're in the box ready to go. I just never did it. I've got that to do for Jamie Shiner for his Seaview, and then I've got something else I'm in the middle of doing another movie prop, and then I'm gonna crack on with an X-wing or something.
Yeah, I mean, I might be tempted some night when I'm getting a bit cheesed up with the Mad Max TDS build. I may take a notion and do the 1/72 scale Bandai X-Wing, simply because you can build it in an hour apparently.
Yeah, throw it together and throw some paint on it.
And the Philip Flory was doing the Bandai Y-Wing. It's incredible. The details on that is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's super accurate. It's probably the best Y-Wing we've had, so I'm definitely going to get one or two of them in. But I'm not too fond. Well, I'm fond of it, but I'm not keen on getting a small scale X-Wing. I've got the old 50-odd centimeter one. I'm going to do that, I think. So.
I still have another one of these to do, which I'll go back to at some stage. Because I really enjoyed that build and was happy with the results. Although I never did finish the base. That's why I was interested in what Neil was showing. It could be adapted, so or use the same idea. It's interesting. You know, it doesn't take a lot to make a thing look the part. And then I'll have to decide for the winter time whether I go for a big project or shall I just stick to the small things in the meantime. I still have that Star Destroyer sitting looking at me over there, as Ramlin says, the Shelf of Doom, but it's not a Shelf of Doom. It's a shelf of next month.
It's all right while it's a Shelf of Doom. When it turns into a Room of Doom, that's when you, which does happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So long as I don't buy any more kits, I haven't bought anything for ages. Fingers crossed.
You used to buy some, is that what you're saying?
No, I don't need to buy anything. No cash at the minute to buy anything anyhow. So that's why
I've got too many kits.
Yeah, I know. Well, I should give them away. Haha.
Yeah, donate them to
Could never have enough.
No, the only person who's got too many kits is Brad here.
Yeah, Jesus, that is an addiction.
How many times is he just going to take stuff out of his locker?
Yeah.
I mean, he loves his hobby,
Yeah.
but if he sold that, retire.
Yeah.
I mean, geez,
it wouldn't have the first version, the second version, the third re-release, the AMT version, the Revell remodeling, or just.
But like 5 or 10 of each one.
Yes.
Like who has 30 battle stars? He's making a whole fleet. You know.
And even the what's the one he has loads of the base star, that horrible ship the Cylons had in the original series.
Yeah.
5 of those, and of course these are only the ones he has in the what's it called, the Ark.
The Ark.
When above that, you have all the other ones of these. I mean, he showed a picture on the video today of his garden with this huge tarpaulin over the top of all these kits. He sort of go through those, and as Neil says, he's still got the ones in the lockup.
Yeah, he's got a couple of storage lockers, hasn't he? And he's only started clearing out the first one.
It's like that TV series, Storage Wars, you know, the American TV series. I would love to get his storage. I'll go for that one. Yes. Oh no.
I mean, he's built basically what I've built, but 2 floors just to store his stash.
Yes. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then a lot of the stuff.
Pitiful.
It's the state of some of the stuff as well. It's like you think it's been compressed down by how so many kits are one on top of the other. Oh. Right.
It's all the other stuff he's got mixed in with it, isn't it?
It's a strange mixture. You know, it doesn't seem to have any sort of one particular genre. He's got everything. He showed something today. He showed a flintlock pistol kit, which it wasn't the one I built one when I was about 10, which was very similar to that. I also built a Winchester rifle, which was a 1-to-1 model, and
Don't get them anymore.
a Colt 45 1-to-1 model. And I haven't a notion where it went, what I did with it, or where it was lost over the years. But everything worked on the rifle, it cocked and fired and everything. And funny, after I went online to see if I could find it, and I found something similar. It was $399. So, I won't be buying that kit. If I ever make it back to the States for another holiday, perhaps I'll get into a model shop somewhere and find one on the shelf. But I just remember it was a 1-to-1, so it was when I was whatever 10 or 11. This thing was huge compared with me. So, and I did I think a reasonable job of it. I think it's probably one of the best models I ever built when I was that age. Oh, these models from your past, you think I wouldn't mind that one again. But we'll see.
Oh, I'm going away in a couple of months just for a long weekend, and there's a little it's like a market town. There's a little back alley, and there's some like little staircase up the side of looks like an old pub or something. And
you have to knock the secret knock on the door.
Well, no, model shop.
That's what I mean.
It's not advertised. It's not advertised. The guy don't even have a phone. It's a proper shop. There's a till there and everything, card machine and all that. But there's no website or nothing. No one really knows it's there, because when you go in, it's just full of the old AMT kits and stuff. It's just covered in dust. The boxes are bleached white from the sun in the window, but the kits are great. So.
Where is it? No. You can't do that.
Well, you're down south, aren't you? So you're like.
No, he's currently up north.
I'm up in Manchester.
What?
I'm up in Manchester.
All right, I'm in St Anne's next to Blackpool. It's close to Windermere, mate.
Oh, that's too far.
Windermere in the lakes. It's like
the middle of nowhere.
Back alley kind of thing.
I wonder if it's the same guy. The guy who told me about the Defiant, the Reliant that was spelt wrong in Mark's Models in Dublin. He's in Lake Windermere.
In Windermere, there's.
I wonder if
I
it's
don't
the same guy.
know the street name. I just remember how to get to it from all the gift shops where they are. And you go up, and it's just this. You open the door, and it's probably about the size of my shed. It's about 16 by 12 or whatever. But it's just a few shelves of models. He does a lot of figure stuff, but he doesn't do any armour or aircraft. It's all just like Star Trek, and that's it. And then he's just got figures. I think it's his what he likes. That's what he sells. But I mean, I don't even know if it's still there. It's been a couple of years since I've been, but I'm going back. Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to find before I finish for tonight. Just trying to find a link for something that I don't know how many of you would be aware of this, but there is a website online which lists not everywhere, but it lists most of the model shops in the UK.
Yeah, I had one ages ago.
I can't think of the name of the site now. Basically, it's mostly train shops and things like that, but it does. Where is it there? Right. It is the Model Shop UK Directory. Try to bring this up just to show you what way it works.
I think that's how I found Transport Models, Liam, through that.
Yeah, I'll just show the screen. Share. It's a UK.
I should finally put away my Yeah, I've seen that one before.
It's basically because he just present it again for a second. He has sort of the list of all the shops, and then what you do is you go to the region or wherever you are. So say model shops by county, and then we go to where's Lytham? Lytham is Lancashire, is it?
Lancashire, yeah.
Click on Lancashire, and then it shows you all the shops on the map of where they are. So do you see anything there you recognise, Andy?
Preston Transport Models, if it's there, that's a damn good shop.
Preston's Wireless Madness is listed there, and
yeah.
But it's basically I found it useful. There was at one stage I was trying to find something last year that Reliant, and I keep calling it Reliant. No, it is a Reliant, right? And what you do is I just basically emailed all the shops that had a listing. And one of them came back to me. That was the guy who suggested Mark's Models in Dublin because it had been spelt wrong. And that's how I got the kit.
Well, that's another trick that I use and probably everyone else uses. But when you go on eBay, spell it wrong. Because some people, I mean, I'm more maths. My spelling's terrible. If I list something for sale, no one's going to find it. It won't. Yeah, no, it won't. It's terrible. But people even like Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, people will spell it wrong, and you'll pick up a good bargain. So.
Yeah. Gumtree's the same. You know why I go on about Gumtree? For the same reason. It's that you find bargains on it altogether. If you bear with me, guys, I'm just going to stop the broadcast now. Just hold on a second. Just stop this. And thanks for joining in, everybody. Just bear with me a second.